Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Danie. Thank you so much for being here today. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I set up my monthly overview for November 2019 in my bullet journal. You guys, I cannot believe that it is already November. I'm sitting here thinking, where has this year gone? It's absolutely crazy how fast time flies. I actually set up my bullet journal for the remainder of 2019 just because I knew that I would be using it throughout the remainder of my school semester and toward the end of the year, planning for the holidays and everything like that. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is how I set up my monthly overview of November 2019. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is setting up the big monthly calendar for November, and here you'll just see me using my Pigma Micron fine liner and a ruler to get that done nice, quick, and easy. I'll be setting up 4 large weeks of rows and then the additional 2 first days of November. I personally like this style of calendar. I don't always like to do the full grid all the way across just because I feel like it can give it some visual texture and a little bit of dimension when you kind of separate the lines like this. I'm then going to divide those rows into 7 columns for each day of the week. The smaller header box that you're seeing me create here is actually where I'm going to end up putting the dates for November. So now that we have all the columns and rows drawn out, I'm just going to start adding some color and decoration. For my theme for November, I already had a color scheme in mind. I'm just using some Crayola super tip markers to color in the top part of the columns that I drew, which is going to be where I write out the dates for November, as I mentioned earlier. And now that I have all the boxes colored in, I'm just going to add in some titles for the days of the week, Sunday through Saturday. Finally, I'm just going to finish off the page by adding in the November header. As I said before in my videos, I love to hand letters, so you'll see a lot of faux and a lot of calligraphy style lettering to the best of my abilities here. Also, as you might have noticed, the color scheme for this month is pretty pastel and light, and that is because I wanted to do like a crystal theme. I'm not sure really what drew me to this. I was just doodling in my journal the other day and drawing some crystals, like with some little ropes and lavender twills, and it just made me want to draw diamonds and crystals, and so I decided to make my whole monthly spread around a crystal theme. I have to say that I really had a lot of fun drawing out all these different diamonds and crystals and trying to make the patterns look different on each of them, and also it was pretty therapeutic. I'm really loving this double page calendar spread. As a student, I can tend to get very distracted in my week and lose track of time, so I decided to incorporate a do this week section to the right of my calendar, and I'm just gonna separate each week by a little black line, and I'll fill in a task box with all the assignments that I have due this week. I'm really hoping that by seeing it right there every day where I go to check my calendar, it'll give me a little bit of a heads up instead of kind of procrastinating until the last minute like I am notorious for. And I'm just finishing off the page here with a little doodle of a cluster of crystals in all the assorted colors for this month's theme. Alright, here is the first page of my November bullet journal completed. This is my monthly overview. It has a do this week section for all my assignments, and as you can tell, I tried to incorporate a Dutch door for this month's theme. I thought that this would give me a little more room to kind of be creative in my journal. It's not something I'll get to do very much with finals coming up, and you guys know that I love a good mood tracker, so I figured this would be the perfect place to incorporate it right on the back side of my monthly spread. So I'm just hand lettering in a header for my mood crystals, and I'm just going to doodle out a bunch of different shape and size crystals that I'm going to be coloring in throughout my month. That way when I look back here at my tracker, the whole page will be filled out and I can see how I was feeling throughout this month. And now that I have 30 crystals drawn out, I'm just going to number them 1 through 30 for each day of the month of November. And I added a color code at the bottom that will tell me which color represents which mood I was feeling that day. To the right of the page, you'll see that I wanted to fill the space with a quote. Since it's November, Thanksgiving is coming up, I wanted to incorporate daily gratitude this month. I feel like it'll give me something good to reflect back on, you know, like the small things matter in life, so why not try to remember them here. So you'll see me just adding my header that says daily review and gratitude right underneath. For the last piece of the page, you'll see me lettering in my quote that says, above all, remain thankful. And I'm hoping that seeing this quote here every day will remind me that even on the tough days, there's always something that we can be thankful for. And that's it, guys. This was my monthly November 2019 bullet journal setup. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see more from me like this in the future, please leave me a thumbs up and a nice comment below. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. See you next time.